The fishing news is brought to you by Interlux Marine Paint, Maxima Fishing Line, and Okuma.
Hey there, Toby Lapinski for the New England edition of the Fisherman magazine with this week's web video fishing forecast for New England. Well, as I announced last week, we have the details of our annual surf fishing show on Long Island set, and it's once again taking place at the Huntington Hilton in Millville, New York on September 14th. Today I just ran over to see Capt Bruce of the Otter, picked up a bunch of his awesome Otter Tails. We got some straight tails, some split tails available. Now these are going into the goodie bags, and in case you didn't know, every single person who attends the show, pays the entrance fee, gets an awesome goodie bag from a bunch of our sponsors. We have stuff obviously from Capt Bruce, the Otter Tails, friends of ours like Owner, Spro, Cast King, Suffix, Blue Frog, and much, much more, all donated some awesome products. So again, everyone that comes through the door with your paid admission to the show, you get an awesome goodie bag. You also get a free entry into the big raffle drawing that we have at the end of the show. We're giving away stuff. Grand prize this year is a Van Staal VR reel. We got St. Croix surf rod and a whole bunch of other awesome stuff. So that in itself is well worth the price of admission, on top of seeing all the vendors, reps, tackle shops, and everything else available, plus all the free seminars throughout the show. So as always, we've got the details at thefisherman.com. You can check out the YouTube card at the upper right-hand corner of the screen for all the details posted at thefisherman.com. Okay, moving on into the reports. We're going to start off, as always, in Connecticut. And, well, the big bluefish tournament took place this past weekend. And while I don't totally agree with the waste of the fish that are entered, I was happy to see that a pair of Connecticut anglers, Connecticut anglers took 3 of the top 4 spots, as well as the first and the second. And the biggest fish, an 18.52 pound bluefish, was landed by a shore angler in Connecticut by the name of Juan Marrero. Awesome catch. Congrats on that massive bluefish. And speaking of the Otter Tails, again, that I've got for those goodie bags, Capt Bruce has been doing really, really well lately, trolling his Otter Tubes to those Otter Tails, as well as his brand new bunker spoons. He showed me, he just tested those out. Actually, night before last, he was out there with the brand new prototypes. Really awesome design that he came up with, tweaking those big bunker spoons, and he's producing a lot of 40-inch class fish, as well as several 50-plus inch fish every single week lately. So he's gotten into an awesome bite. And over in Rhode Island, big surprise to everyone in Rhode Island waters seems to be the excellent cod fishing taking place out around Coxes Ledge. All the private boats, the head boats, everybody's been going out there and doing really well. And the Francis Fleet began their special cod trips recently. Last weekend's trip, the pool fish was an awesome 36-pounder, and they found a bunch of 10 to 15-pound fish as well mixed in. And then while the offshore bite seems to be somewhat spotty depending on who you speak to, Captain Wade of Booked Off Charters ran down to the canyons early in the week to deep drop for swordfish, and he returned with a fat 140-pound sword for his effort. I've heard of some pretty good swords taken lately by most anyone targeting them both on the troll as well as working the deep drop baits, and other boats are reporting mixed results on the usual suspects: wahoo, yellowfin, big eyes, and mahi. And next up, this report encompasses both Rhode Island as well as Massachusetts, as Albion Bonita fever has begun to take hold of anglers in both states. I'm getting word of fish off of the Vineyard, inside Buzzards Bay, at the Coast Guard Channel on Block Island, off Newport, from Point Judith on over to Watch Hill. So they're really kind of everywhere, all over the place. No big concentrations of them yet. No words from inside Long Island Sound as of this time, but you know, it's just a matter of time before they move in with all the small bait we've got loaded up in the Sound. And lastly, there's downright awesome bite in Boston Harbor going on in the last couple of days with some big bass pounding pogies. Anglers have been getting bass up to and in excess of 50 pounds, both by live lining bunker as well as trolling likes of, large wooden plugs and tubing worms. Not really sure why it's happened this year, but it seems like there are more and more big bass up around Boston than any season in recent memory, so hopefully this trend continues. All right, well, there you have it. I'm Toby Lapinski for the New England edition of the Fisherman magazine, wishing you tight lines if you head out onto the water this weekend.
The fishing news is brought to you by Interlux Marine Paint, Maxima Fishing Line, and Okuma.